Globalisation in higher education, as defined by the OECD, is the process of integrating an international, intercultural or global dimension into the purpose, functions or delivery of post-secondary education. Understanding the practicalities of globalisation in education is best undertaken through specific examples. The Research Translation Writing course developed in Australia for Australian health professionals is going under the lens to see if any of the elements of the course could benefit from a redesign to better address the challenges faced by globalisation of education. Some of the advantages of globalisation as described by Stewart in 2012 include economic benefits, more choice, higher likelihood of research collaborations through global networks, and potentially better education because of more competition. These definitely align with this. The three key roles for this course are the workshop trainer, the research mentor, and the scientific editor. They all work together to provide the best learning experience for the participants, with the outcome not being an assessment task but a research paper that has the potential to change the world. This teaching and mentoring course encourages participants to become researchers as well as users of research. The course currently has 4 elements. 1. Identification of the needs of the health professionals working in health departments or the like. 2. Conducting a writing workshop to identify research questions and research mentors. 3. Writing and publishing research papers. And 4. Research translation using the skills and networks formed between the research professionals and the first element to be reviewed and evaluated to see if it would benefit from a redesign to better address the challenges faced by globalisation is identifying the needs of the participants in the organisation. This requires several meetings with the organisation, usually face-to-face, to understand the priorities and the skills and information gaps. Usually the participants are a combination of policy officers, epidemiologists and data managers.
I get writer's block.
My day job is providing a service.
I just don't know where to start.
It would be difficult to undertake this element online or remotely with new organisations. So if this element of the course were to be undertaken to a global market, it would need to be done utilising existing contacts and networks. The second element to be reviewed and evaluated is the writing workshop and identification of the research mentor. The writing workshops are currently run face-to-face and are very interactive as participants develop their own research questions following instruction on writing them. The participants then identify a research mentor they would like to work with using the information provided about the researcher and their research interests from audio snips and supporting online documents.
The program is great, I know where to start now.
For a global market, this writing workshop would need to either be conducted online, which is possible, but it may be difficult to maintain the interactivity and personalisation in that environment. The third element to be reviewed and evaluated is the research paper writing, editing and publishing. As the main learning theory for the research training writing course is connectivism or network learning, this element is currently all conducted using online research platforms such as online data repositories and online writing spaces or blogs. This allows the participant to interact with the research mentor, trainer and editor where and when they want to.
I now have research networks that I didn't have before.
This element is easily scalable to a global audience in its current format from a technological perspective. The final element to be reviewed and evaluated is the research translation. The course, by using research mentors, is designed to not only meet the immediate needs of the organisation, that being staff writing research papers using health data, but also to give the participants the skills they need to network with researchers, thus enabling them to develop and continue to foster their relationships with researchers and their institutions to facilitate translation of research to policy and practice.
I think it's a general need around the world to have policy people who are able to write up research findings.
So which elements of the Research Translation Writing course are able to be redesigned to meet globalisation challenges? Based on the analysis, it's 2 no's, a maybe and a yes. As discussed It will be difficult to identify the research and skill needs of an organisation without spending time understanding the landscape. The writing workshop, although it is possible for it to be administered online to remote participants, that change would substantially detract from the aims of the course to encourage participant interaction. The writing, mentoring and editing are currently all being conducted online, and so the network of research mentors and scientific editors could certainly be broadened to a global market. Although research and translation innovations can be informed from global exposure, the research translation by its nature needs to be locally driven. However, globalisation through local networks may be possible for both the writing workshops and the research translation. With any course developed in Australia for Australian health professionals, any attempt to broaden the market needs to consider the cultural differences in the countries where implementation is being considered. The technological challenges also need to be considered, including differing platforms, time zones, privacy legislation, and access to the online research platform. The benefits from a redesign to better address the challenges faced by globalisation of the research translation writing course are through strong networks, innovative use of technology, and easy access to research platforms. Thus, having a good understanding of the global landscape, including potential collaborators, competitors, and research needs, will ensure that, when ready, the course can be expanded to become a quality global education service that makes a difference. The potential of globalisation in driving the use of research in policies, programs, and services to improve health and well-being of the population is huge. This work was informed by the following references.